laying on the couch or I don't even know where I was at. No, I think it was just, I think it was 2 nights ago. I was like, oh, and the Facebook dating thing popped up on my feed. I was on Facebook. That's so
horrible.
OMG. It is the worst thing ever. Do not try the Facebook dating app.
That thing is horrible.
First of all, it's
it's like pulling the jackpot
very bad.
with the arm.
No, it's very bad for your self-esteem because you're like,
oh, hey, somebody likes me. And then they're like from.
Yeah, no. Because it's all people in Vegas, but I'm like, mother scratcher, if you are 41 years old, I am a flying iguana. Like, there is no way in God's green earth that your ass
a flying iguana
is for. Exactly. It doesn't exist.
I feel like I don't. Oh, there I am. Okay. Flying iguana.
Oh my gosh, this guy, he had to be at least like 60. I'm 32. Bull shit talking mushrooms. Bull. Like, and it's
Your
ridiculous.
Is hilarious. Shiitake mushrooms and flying iguanas.
Right?
This is great. It's
I know.
Gonna be a good day.
I'm all over the place. But no, it's just like, and it's funny because someone just asked me last night when I was in and out of coherent states.
From NyQuil?
Yeah. Like what
because
he was like, you know, do you know what you want in a guy? And I was like, absolutely, I know what I want in a guy. Like, there's just those certain things that are like, obviously there's things that you won't know about a person, and that like some of their like little what are those weird things called? Quirks, yeah.
Quirks. Little quirks.
Some of their quirks will just like grow on you or whatever, but there's certain things that you know you have to have going into a relationship. There has to be some type of, I feel like there has to be some type of like a physical attraction. You cannot date someone who you are not physically attracted to. I have people that have told me, they're like, oh, they'll just grow on you. I'm like, and I've said this before, I'm like, I don't want someone who's fungus as a boyfriend. Like, it's not, I don't want something that's going to grow on me. That's mold and fungus, and that's disgusting. Yeah. Or hives or something like that. I don't know. Do hives grow on you?
Hives? Yes.
Something like that.
Definitely go. Oh, I hear much better now.
Oh, there you are. I feel now I'm not in a tunnel.
Hey.
But see, like that one's weird.
What?
I feel like that one needs to be, because the light is like weird. It's making us look weird.
It's the backlights over there.
Anyways, so yeah, I was like, so there has to be some type of a physical attraction to the person that you're dating. Like, you have to be able to want to have sex with them. And if you aren't attracted to them, I don't feel like you would want to have sex with them. Even when, you know, and this is total squirrel subject over off to the side, but like, you know, even when you have sex with like a one night stand, like for whatever reason, you felt that person was attractive. Whether it was your beer goggles
I was gonna say beer goggles.
highly rolling, or you just were like, yeah, this guy's attractive, I want to have sex, or girl, whatever, and I'm going to have sex with him. Like, you don't have sex with ugly people. Like, that's just
not normally.
I mean, not ugly. I shouldn't say people that you're not attracted to. Not ugly per se, but people, you don't have sex with people you're not attracted to. So there's the first, you need to be attracted to the person that you are in a relationship with. And that is the one thing. I'm like, Facebook dating, I'm like, really?
It's really bad. Like, I had it on for about 2 seconds and got blown up by.
Yes.
Like, you can't set
the
criteria.
No. There's a little bit you can, but not a lot. Not a lot.
Very little.
And then the other bad thing about Facebook dating, they know who you're friends with. It tells you, but that
could be a good thing,
friends.
though.
No, because then they can go and find you. They're like, oh, you're friends with this person. Let me go on this person's account.
But then you can also find them.
Do you know how many freaking friend requests I've had in the last 2 days? I'm like, no.
Oh, see, I didn't get any friend requests. I didn't get any.
Oh my gosh.
And if I did, I would have denied them anyway.
Oh, I did. I have. Like, it's not like I've become friends with these weirdos that are stalking me on Facebook now, but like, yeah, no, Facebook dating is not a good thing. They can find, I mean, I know that there's those weird people that can, like, I have a friend that legit, if you want her to find something out about somebody, she can find out, she will find out, like, which sperm your dad shot into your mom to freaking make you a person.
That's pretty intense.
She is. She's very intense.
That's no joke right there.
She could be a super secret spy, like, serious. But yeah, no. I'm not one of those stalkery people. Like, I cannot find out. Obviously, I can barely turn on a computer, but like, I am not. That is just weird. I would not go and find someone, be like, oh, we have a mutual friend. When we've talked about this before, like, we have a mutual friend. Let me go find them. I've never literally met them ever. Let me go friend request them.
I have friends that are friend pickers because of how they look. It's mind blowing to me.
Like, they pick their friends?
Yeah,
based
like they'll
on
go
what
on
they
my
look
page
like?
and they'll see my hot friends. They have no idea they are. They'll just friend request them. I have friends on my page that will go and friend request my hot dude friends. Never met them. Don't know anything about them. Yeah.
No.
Friend pickers.
No, thank you.
There's gotta be a name to that.
I had a girlfriend that she has a boyfriend now, so she doesn't do this anymore. But she told me that she met a guy because it was, you know how Facebook does those like people you should know or people you may know or something like that. And it was a cute guy. And she was like, oh, hey, I want to know him. And so she friend request. They didn't have any mutual. He like lived in Florida or something like that. But yeah, she friend requested him because Facebook said that they might know each other.
They might know each other?
Or they should know each other. I don't know. Whatever Facebook says. What is it that Facebook says? You should know each other or something like that?
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing. Don't worry about me. Just keep talking.
Okay. All right.
Just keep talking.
So yeah. So I did the Facebook dating stupid thing.
It's bad. I have heard nothing good about that.
I would not suggest at all doing that. And then it's like people they suggest, because I guess it doesn't suggest people that you're actually friends with. It only suggests people that are friends with your friends, or like people that you don't know at all.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm looking at some of these people. I'm like, oh, hell no. They're friends with that person.
But
I'm not.
I don't want to be known as that friend picker, but I have seen some hot, and I've laughed about this because I've poked fun to my friends. Some hot dudes roll across like people you may know, and I'm like, damn, that dude's hot. And I click on it, and there's always two of my friends.
Oh, you've said that before.
And it's the funny. I'm like, how do you two know him? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we don't. I'm like, then why are you friends with him? Business, or I'm like, come on
I have
now.
that though. I have people that I don't know, but like they're in my industry. That sounded weird, but they're in the same industry that I'm in.
Warner says he's guilty of picking up my hot friends.
Sorry.
Picking friends.
Yeah.
How's that worked out for you, Warner?
It's so
I don't,
funny.
it's just crazy. I mean, I guess sometimes it might be like, oh, hey, cool, we have someone in common. But I haven't really done it.
I've never done that. I've
yeah.
never become friends with someone. Well, I've never myself gone and looked like at my friends' friends and tried to become friends with people that I thought were attractive. I might say, hey, you have a friend that I saw that I was like, oh, hey.
You're
But
kinda
like,
hot, hey.
I've never like actually friend requested them through social media.
I think I did like one, but he was a tattoo guy. So I was kind of tossing around the idea of getting a tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
But I never did it. And I think he's floating around in my friend list somewhere. But
That's so
I don't
funny.
even remember what his name is.
I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
But I have to say, though, I've dated, like, I like my guys that I've dated that start out as friends. I think that's great because then you start growing and you have all these mutual things, and then it actually flourishes into something good.
Yeah, but you had an attraction to them before, didn't you?
No.
Really?
Nope. One of them I did not.
I don't
did
know
not.
if I've ever dated somebody that wasn't physically attracted to at the very beginning.
Well, that's the thing. You start out as friends. There's no like attraction. You're just friends. We're going out having beers, whatever, with a bunch of friends. And then the more you hang around these people, the more you kind of like, they start growing on you, because then you realize, oh, we have all this, stuff in common, or you're actually fun, or you're actually a nice guy, or, now that I've hung around you a little bit longer, you actually are kind of handsome and I want to do you. And well,
okay. I've never done that's never been a thing for me.
Really?
Never.
So how did you meet your husband then? How did that come about? I'm curious.
In high school. We dated in high school.
So were you like
No, we were not
friends, or was it like the notes like,
No,
will you be
it
my
was
girlfriend?
so funny because I actually hated him because my girlfriend liked him. He was new. He moved to our small town and he was like the new kid. And there's only, I graduated with 100 kids in my class.
More than I 30 more than I
So-
graduated with.
When a new guy came to town, it was like, ooh, and he was attractive. He was a cute guy. And my girlfriend liked him and he wanted nothing to do with her. And like, I was like, what? You don't like my friend? You're an asshole. And she ended up starting to date someone else. And he like messed around with the girls, because all the girls wanted him,
Right.
and I was like, no.
No. Ew, because everybody wants him
No.
and I don't want what everybody wants.
Exactly. That was me.
Manny's on. Hi, Manny.
I've always been that person. I guess, apparently. I've always had the resting bitch face, apparently, in my genes.
God, even in junior high.
I know,
and
right?
shit? Wow.
High school. It was high school. And then he started, it was funny because I don't know if I was ditching class or I just didn't feel like going. I don't remember it, but I wasn't in class for some reason.
You went to high school out here, right?
No, Moapa.
Moapa.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Small town.
Small town.
And I went over to he was sitting in my friend's truck, and I went over to actually talk to my friend, and we were sitting there, and he like started flirting with me, and I was like, why are you talking to me?
With the resting bitch face on top of that.
And he kept going, he kept pursuing, and finally I gave in.
And then it lasted how long? The first time?
We started dating back in 91. So, and then
That's when I graduated.
yeah. It's so funny too, is I just realized the other day, I haven't been divorced as long as I thought I was.
What? That's the same thing. Like, I haven't had a date and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, dude, you were dating somebody for like a year. What are you talking about? You have not been single for 8.
I know. I don't know.
Your clock is way off.
I know. I think I've been divorced for 7 years. It's 7 years this year.
You sure?
I think so. I think it was 2012. Because that's something, it's so funny because something popped up in my my Facebook story, and it was, what was it? Something about teaching. And I was like, wait a minute. I was still married when I was teaching, or I was going through my divorce when I was teaching. I was like, huh. I was like, maybe I didn't.
Your timeline concept is just jacked.
Still no idea. It's been like 7 or 8 years that I've been divorced, something like that.
Well,
Around
mine
there.
on Monday was great. You know how you get your Facebook, memories, and sometimes they're really good, and then sometimes they suck, and sometimes they bring up sad things, and sometimes they bring up your screw ups. So mine on Monday would have been my 8-year anniversary, 11/11/11.
Dang.
I know, and it obviously didn't last 8 years. Didn't even last 5.5.
Yeah, well.
I know.
It
Trust me, I'm
happens.
not.
Happens.
I'm not sad about it. I was, but you get over it eventually, and I did.
Sorry, my eyes itch.
You're just gonna pass on your cooties to me. This is not gonna be good.
I'm coughing the other direction.
Good thing I don't go on dates. So I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't go out. I'm sick.
I haven't been. No, I haven't been.
Come on.
Well,
what's your story the other night? Because I was really hoping you were going to tell this. Because this just sounded great.
So my friend, I have one of my girlfriends. She introduced me to her best friend who's gay. And he's so cute.
Guy.
He is the cutest guy ever. He's so funny. He's a very, very attractive gay man. Like, I was like, dude, if you were not gay, I would be all over your shit. And he's so cute. So I've always teased him. I was like, one of these days, I'm going to make you make out with me. And
how'd that work?
And it's so funny because he's like, okay. Like, he's like, all right. And I'm like, really? And then he said, well, yeah, I'll make out with you if you let me motorboat you. I was like, hell yeah.
So did he motorboat?
No. So I came home from work and I was so stressed out because I had to work all week. And then I felt bad because I thought I was totally going to be able to like hang out with, because he's moving. He just got a job in California. So he's like driving from Michigan to California for his job.
It's a horrible state for one.
Yeah. So he
go Buckeyes.
So I just got home and I was like, because I worked PBR and I was like dirty and I was gross and I was tired and I was just like,
yummy.
And then I was just like nervous. I'm like, I don't even know how to approach this. Because then, of course, I wasn't like, had I been drunk, I totally
have been like,
totally could have done it. But like, we started drinking and drinking box wine, which not a good idea. Don't drink box wine. It's
cheap.
Disgusting.
So it's going to give you a headache and a hangover.
Black box wine, Merlot. And then I came home and my daughter was home and I didn't think she was going to be home until the next day. So I was like, well, I can't do that. That's so bad. So yeah, so we didn't.
See, that's the problem when you have kids at home. You just can't get laid whenever you want.
I know.
God bless not having children.
I'm on a different schedule again though with my daughter. So, well, And my son is
schedule? Work
squatting at
schedule?
my house.
Yeah, what is that? He came back?
Yeah.
And you didn't learn to kick him out permanently? Like, get out.
This is just my life. Everyone lives with me. My family, all of my family is with me. My son is now again living with me. And
What
he's
happened
now
to
living with me
school?
full time. Except for the nights that he goes to, he wasn't going to school. He
I
was
thought
working.
he was going to school.
No, he was working.
Was it Reno?
Mm-hmm.
He got a job all the way in Reno.
Yeah.
You know there's a lot of jobs in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's looking for one now, but
Coca-Cola's hiring $19 an hour.
we'll see what happens.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. His dumbass probably can't pass a drug test, though, so.
Oh, yes. That's a good one. Oh, it's more important to smoke weed than get
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Or you get that good shit that cleans out your system, which I don't know what it is.
It's like, and it's crazy, too, because I have people that, like, do that shit, and I would never in a million years think that they would do it. And I'm not saying I've never smoked weed. I've freaking, but it's like, I don't want my kids doing it. And that's the thing too, is like, I've done it, but I tell my kids, I don't want you to do this. So I'm not going to do it myself. And I'm not going to bring someone around my kids that does it, because I'm not I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like, I don't want my kids doing that shit. That's like me freaking like doing, shooting up every day and being like, don't do crystal meth. Don't. I can do it, but you can't do it.
Yes.
I just don't.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, your son's an adult, so he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
And he needs to face the consequences if it comes.
For sure.
But the problem is parents keep bailing all their kids out. And I get it. And I'm sure, like, I was a pretty decent kid. I really didn't get into much trouble when I was young. So I'm sure my parents would have bailed me out. But after the second and third time that you've done the same shit.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Why do you keep they're not going to learn.
No, his ass is home cleaning my house right now.
As he should be. He's not working?
Nope.
He should be
He's
cleaning,
my
doing the
house.
laundry, doing the cooking. He should be doing something to keep his keep in the house.
Oh, no. Everything I've asked him to do, like last night, I thought I was going to get off work early and I didn't. So I was like, you need to pick up your sister. And he was like, I go, figure it out.
You're not working?
I'm like, pick up your sister. And then I needed him to help me at this thing on Saturday. And I was like, you will be there. And he was like, okay. Tonight he has
At
his
least
sister.
He didn't fight it.
No, he doesn't. And he was like, what do you want me to do? He knows. Like,
He
if
has
I
his own
ask
car?
him to do something, right now he's driving his friend's car around. But his girlfriend was in town this weekend, and so they were driving her car. His car's broke.
Yeah, see, that's perfect. He doesn't have a job. He's not going to school. Guess what? You're picking up your sister. You're driving her to practice. You're picking her up from practice. Your life, that's going to be your life right now. Sorry, dude. Either that or get a job.
Exactly.
Get a job, and then you don't have to do it.
Well, and I told him, I think he can go to a car wash place. I think they'll hire him, because I'm pretty sure all those people smoke weed.
Wow.
Right? Don't they?
I don't know. Do they?
Oh, no.
I don't know. We had some,
I don't know.
because by law in Nevada, you're not allowed to smoke it in public. Period. Point blank. It's just not. Obviously, people do it everywhere, all over the strip. I'm telling you, I already can't stand the smell of it, because it smells like bad skunk. Like,
yeah.
Somebody was out there the other day, and I swear they were smoking skunk shit.
Gross.
Like, it smelled like skunk.
What does skunk shit
with
smell
poop?
like?
Imagine like mixing the smell of skunk and poop together.
That's gross.
It was skunk poop. It was. I don't know if that means it's bad or good weed. I'm not really sure, but it was disgusting. Like, I wanted to go, dude. Really, you either need to get a better strand or something, because that smells really bad. Like, and I had people that go, "Oh my god, it smells so good." Okay,
no,
you're allowed to.
It doesn't.
Well, I think the ones that smoke it think it smells great. I don't.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I have a friends that do the gummies, though.
The gummies?
Yeah. I've tried those. They're actually pretty tasty, but they don't do anything for me. So I'm just kind of like, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Don't know. Hey.
Random people walking in.
Hello, people.
All right. Okie dokie.
Yay.
Yeah, so, well, no, because I was talking to this one guy, and people judge Oh, sorry.
You
I was
were
trying.
too bad.
I know. I was doing so good. I was 20 minutes in without
25 minutes
saying
into
anything.
it without cussing. I was so proud of you.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not dating anybody right now. I'm not committed to anybody, so I can talk to whomever and however many people I want to. Plain and simple. True. And it's funny because I know that one person is probably going to get pissed off, but I know he for a fact is talking to other people. So I'm like, dude.
So how can you get mad?
You can't be mad. You can't be mad when you're freaking off like doing whatever with whomever and I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's because guys, we talked about the double standard thing. Guys have the worst double standards when it comes to like, they're like, oh, well, I can talk to whomever I want to and screw whoever I want to and as many people as I want to. But as soon as the girl is one of the girls that they're talking to is doing it, they are like pissed.
Well, yeah, I got
bullshit.
I got this. I'll go home the other weekend and it was pretty awesome. So I was talking to one of my girlfriends and it's funny to watch her comments, you know, dating app tip number, whatever. And it's hilarious. So she was telling me about this guy. She's like, Brandy, you got to watch this. So I was like, all right, or not watch, but she showed me this text to this guy that she met and, not actually even met. She's like, he's reading the text and kind of like, hey, you know, cool to meet you, but you know, when can we meet? And the guy kind of came back with like, well, what's your hurry? She's like,
are you serious?
Yeah. I'm like, she's like, it's not a hurry. I would just like, you know, let's meet and you know, meet each other and see what's going on. And then the next thing you know, I'm reading through the text and it kind of goes to like, well, you know, what's the hurry? Why? And then, and then
what's the hurry?
He's
That's
like,
what
well,
we're here for, homie.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
hurry.
then he comes back with, well, are you seeing other people? And she's like, well, isn't that kind of the point of a dating app? And he's like, well, what about us?
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, us? Like,
there is no us, homie.
There's no us yet. Like I'm trying to meet you and you're already having a coronary about why are you rushing into things? Like, this is why I turned them all off.
That's
Done.
so funny.
Done.
Oh, is that what that post was about?
Which one?
The one, the angry. I love the angry therapist.
Right?
By the way,
That guy
he is amazing.
Man,
if
I'm
you guys
telling
don't follow the angry therapist, you totally should.
Yep.
He is. First of all, he's hilarious, and the things that he posts are just like, oh my gosh, that's so
Ding.
true.
Yeah.
So true. Hit the nail. What is it? The nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head.
Him and Steven Speaks is another good one. Both of those two we posted on our Instagram. So if you just kind of go through our pictures and follow those guys there, they're really good to read. Very truthful, very inspirational. I actually bought a few of Steven Speaks books. They're not physical, but you know, I have them to read online. So I think they're really, like, I wish they came in town because I would love to sit and do like, you know, like how they do whatever, the speakers or whatever, and they come in. I would love to sit in on either one of them and listen.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would totally go to
great.
something like that.
I would love to get them on a podcast.
Right?
That would be awesome.
Even if he could call in and we could figure out how to get it on there.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I think I totally dig him like I do.
I think they're fantastic. I follow him on my personal page too, just because I'm like, fuck, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I think did I think I added him on. I think I added him on my page. His actual real name, and I'm drawing a blank on his real name right now.
I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah,
so I was talking to this guy, and we it was the hugger. I told you, the hugger.
The hugger.
And
The hugger.
he stopped being a hugger. Like, he finally, and we were, like, hanging out. It was cool, and, you know, everything was going fantastic. And then, like, I don't know what happened.
You got ghosted?
I did.
Wow.
I felt it was very, I guess it was very humbling.
Why do you normally ghost people?
Yeah.
I was just talking to my other friend about this. I'm like, that shit's gonna come back to you guys.
I mean, I don't feel like I ghost people. I'm just kind of like, I always tell them like, yeah, hey, this is, you know.
Well, that's not ghosting.
I try and let
if you
people
tell them.
I try and let people down easy. I'm like, you know, my schedule's so busy, like I can't. Which is not a lie. Like, we all know that that's not a lie.
We all know that's
100% true.
Yes.
But yeah, like
You thought it was going good, and he said,
I
bye.
did. Well, and I guess I can't say that I 100% got ghosted because we have a mutual friend, and she was telling me, she's like, well, I hope nothing happened to him. And then I was like, oh shit, maybe I'm being a bitch, and like something happened to him, and I'm just, you know, getting all pissed off for no reason.
That's like the dude that ghosted me, and I never heard from again.
Yeah. So I texted him. I was like, hey, you know, I don't know what, because he was supposed to come to my event that I had on Saturday, and I was like, hey, I don't know what happened to you yesterday, but I just want to make sure you're okay. And I was at work, and he tried calling, and I was like, dude, I'm at work. I'm like, I can't talk right now. And he said, he goes, oh yeah, I've been under the weather a little bit, so blah, 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 blah. I'll call you after my meeting. I'll be up till around 10. Like, totally And like,
You're like, huh?
this was something that was important to me, and he knew, and he said he was going to be there. And I was like, granted, I know that we're not like exclusive or anything like that, but don't tell me you're going to fucking be at something and then don't show up, and don't text, don't call, don't give me any reason whatsoever. And so I was like, huh, okay. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, nope. I said, you don't need to call. I said, I was just making sure you weren't dead. And and he said, okay, thanks for checking in. And I was like, okay. And then he tried calling me the next day, and I didn't answer. And I'm like, no. Sorry.
Like,
and it's so funny because he was telling me too, he was like, oh, all women are the same and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, homie, I can turn off my feelings like that. I'm like, I have absolutely no problem. I was like, it's nothing, especially if it's nothing like serious.
right.
I can be done like no other's mother can be done. Like
No other's
no
mother.
other.
What the hell is no
I don't know. I'm
other's
tired.
mother?
I'm falling asleep right now.
No falling asleep.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not that girl that's like clingy. I definitely, because he said that some girl like showed up at his house. I'm like, that will never happen with me. I will never in a million years show up to a man's house. First of all, without being invited or without like you knowing I'm coming over. Not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. And if you show up at my house without me knowing, homie, you're going to get the cops called on you. Like,
Well, that's why I don't even bring guys back to my house.
no.
I don't.
No.
Because just for that purpose, like, get crazy, psycho. I don't tell guys where I work,
No.
and I don't tell them where I live. Because one, I don't have a job where I blend with everybody. Like, if I told you where I worked, you could find me very easily.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, super easily. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I work at the school district. Good luck finding me. You know what I mean? Like,
pick a school in a
yeah, I
school.
work at Nevada Power. Come find me. You know, it's not like that. Like, my job, you can find me very easily. And I just don't tell people.
Right.
So,
Which you shouldn't, because that's not safe.
but I caught shit from a guy one time. Did I tell you that story? He was like 51 or 52. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's got his shit together. This is great. You know, he's 50, got a job, blah, blah, blah. He was very mad at me that I wouldn't tell him where I worked or lived on the second date.
No.
On the second date.
not
I'm like,
safe.
he's like, what did your ex do to you? I'm like, my ex didn't do anything to me. I'm like, it's called, have you tried to date on this shit yet? Because you're not a woman dating on this. Women come across some, I'm sure there's girls that are psycho too. I would
yeah,
probably
there
believe
are.
women are more psycho
Than men. Oh, for
I
sure.
totally see them being more
For
psycho.
sure.
But why would you know, just like be mad at me because I want to protect myself? You should respect that. Like, oh God, she's smart. She's got a brain. But no, he was very angry and tried to blame my ex about that. Brendan
don't
says
know.
I work at Area 51. Yes, come find me. Good luck.
No, I just don't get that either. I just, with dating these days, you have to be careful. Like, you don't know what kind of crazy people. I think men and women both need to be careful. Like, there are some of the shit I hear that women do. I'm like,
Oh, have you heard
What
something good?
the
I haven't really heard
hell?
anything good from the guys. That's the thing. Can you guys call in? Give us a bad date, from an app. Call us. Tell us about how bad this date was. I'm so curious to hear.
I haven't went
how
on a dating
psycho
app
they've
in a
gone.
a dating
Oh
app
no, mine
date.
is shut off. I'm
dating
done.
app date.
I'm completely done. I shut them all off. I'm fine with being single. And
Me too. Honestly.
I was talking about this the other day with my friend. So this is a really good story. This is good. So the other night we did the candy for the troops.
Yeah.
And
At Frankie's?
yeah, Frankie's
Great
uptown.
place.
It was
Totally
great.
should go there.
Frankie opened up his business for us to do this. We packed 40 boxes
Awesome.
for the troops, and they're all going to be shipped off to like Afghanistan or wherever these addresses are. So anyways, I'm sitting at the bar, and there's a guy sitting at the bar, and he's an older guy. He's probably, I bet he's got me by about at least 5 years or so, 5 or 6
That's
years.
not that bad.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying he's older than me. I'm
Okay.
not saying it's bad. I'm just saying he's
Okay.
older than me. So I'm like getting ready to order a drink, and I can see him peeking at me out of the corner of my eye. And then finally he just starts talking, and he's like,
Nice.
"Oh, hey, were you at because I had my Douglas J. Green Memorial shirt on, and it's all red, white, and blue.
Uh-huh.
And And he's like, were you at the Veterans Parade? And I was like, no. I was like, I had to work, and then I had my friend's, event going on here, and they had pamphlets laying around all the tables and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I was reading this, and then he just starts talking to me about his nephew that's a Green Beret, and he was in the service, and he just moved here, and I'm like, this guy's really nice. Like, he's actually holding a conversation. Holy shit! Like, wow. So we finished talking, and I go back over to I'm sitting with Sonny, and he comes over. And he doesn't know any of us. He's never met any of us. He knows nothing. He literally walks over to Sunny and gives her $50. And he said, this is for your charity. He's like,
Aw, that was sweet.
Who does that? Like,
that's awesome.
So, and she's talking to him, and he's talking, her other friend's husband is there, and they're all talking about he's a pilot and blah, 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 and having good conversation. And she like he's over here on her right, and she turns and looks at me like this, and her eyes get really big, and I'm like, go for it. Like, he's your type, and she's looking at me, and she's like this, and she's like, what do I say? I said, just talk to him, and so she's having a conversation, and it's funny, this is how we got on the whole going back to organic dating and getting off the dating apps. So she holds a great conversation with him, super nice guy. He just bought a house in Summerlin, very talkative. He wasn't standoffish. He approached everybody, and she's like, she kind of looks at me, and I'm like, now honestly, if you were on a dating app, would you even have swiped right on this guy? No, you would not have, because he's not, you would just look at it, he looks kind of dorky. So, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying, like, honestly, he looks kind of dorky, so you probably would have swiped left, not read anything about him, didn't get to know anything about him. This guy is super nice. You would have never thought of it if you don't do the goddamn organic dating.
See?
Go back to meeting people and talking to them.
It's so hard, though.
It shouldn't be hard.
Well, no, it's hard because when you go out, I mean, and we've done this before. We've gone out before. And when you go out, like, everybody that's out is on a Tinder date. Like,
it's true.
So, it's hard to talk to people because people are already, people have gotten so far away from dating and going out and meeting people that, and especially at like, I feel like I hate saying at our age. It's so,
in your 40s.
In your 40s, it's
40s
so like,
is young.
Where
We're
do
still
you
young.
go? And that's the thing. It's just crazy, like trying to, because I work with someone who's in their 20s, and I used to work with someone that was in their 30s, and just seeing the difference of like priorities and like things that are going on in your life, like. For me, I mean, people my age usually have older kids. They're a little bit older, so usually. They can, not all the time, but usually. Some of these people, I'm like, whoa, hey.
Hey, and guys don't
cat.
like nice girls, Nicholas, just so you know. So it goes both ways.
Oh, no, that's a dog. I was like, hey, cat. Oh, no, that's a big fluffy dog.
It's Gizmo.
We have guests today in the studio.
4-legged friends.
I forgot where I was going with this.
Younger, older, priorities.
Oh, yeah. So, it's difficult because, the 20-year-olds, they're going to clubs. The 30-year-olds are usually home with their kids. And then the 40-year-olds are like, where do I go?
We have a caller. I'm so excited.
I don't know.
We have
where
a caller.
To go. Oh.
Hopefully we have this right. Is this
I don't
right?
know. We'll see.
I know. Let's see. I forgot.
It's
which one is
on.
it. I know, but one of these. Okay.
Oh, we'll just click on it. We'll see. Hello.
Wait.
Oh,
Hello.
shit.
Hey.
Hello.
We hear you. I think we hear you.
I can hear him.
Hey.
Ready?
Yes.
This is Dre.
Dre, what's going on?
I don't know who
I'm
Dre
trying
is.
to call in to support your show and continue supporting what you do and how you get down.
Dre, how have you been?
You're fantastic. What about yourself?
I'm alive. I'm alive and kicking every day. It's a effort, but I do it.
Brandy's friend Dre is on the phone. I don't think anyone over there can hear him, but
He should be able to hear.
he's just calling to say hi.
Yeah.
What's up?
So what's up, Dre?
What's up?
Hey, just like I said, calling to support what y'all do. I like the topic that you guys are on about this internet dating shit. And created disconnected people.
It's awful, right?
That's the problem. Dude, he just hit the nail on the head again. We have another nail head hitter.
Nail head hitter.
It makes people feel it's a disconnect. You don't have a connection when you're doing internet dating. It's 100% true. 100% true, I think. You don't
We
get
all
that.
need to go back to organic dating.
Maybe we can I'm gonna rent a building, and it can just be places where people can come to meet people. You can sit on the couch. I'll have couches all over with TVs. You guys can just come Netflix and chill. Then there'll be a little area where you can play cornhole, and then there'll be another little area where you can sit and have coffee.
It's
Dude,
the new
I just
bar.
I just came up with the best idea ever.
Who's in?
Best idea ever.
Dre, what do you think?
I'll still be single because that's just the way it works. But you know,
Dre, what?
You know that you can also, come to a yoga studio and meet some really cool people without having to go on a date.
Dre,
Some people come to yoga studios, they put their grind down, and they become better.
You get all
And when you're there in the studio on a regular basis, people want to, what are you about? I want to kick it with you. Let's sit down and talk, and let's go chat and grab lunch. And you meet friends. You meet like-minded people.
Dre, I can say I've been to a yoga studio a bunch of times, and I've literally never talked to anyone there. Never have I talked to anyone when I went and did yoga. I don't know. Maybe if you go a bunch of times, like I feel like if you go a lot, because I have been there and people like, yeah, you get to know the people if you go over and over and over and over and over again, but it's not like it's like a time consuming relationship builder to get to know people at places like that. Because literally no one talked to me when I went. Not one person talked to me when I went. And they were all like, oh, hey, Johnny. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Carmen. Oh, so good to see you. And then they're like, who's that new bitch over there? Serious.
Well, it's almost like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because if you go to a gym, you got 30 people talking to you in 80 minutes.
I don't talk to anybody at the gym either. Maybe.
To me, the gym is kind of like.
I've been told maybe it's my unapproachability that stops people from talking to me at the gym or at the yoga studio. But like literally when I go to the gym, I will have not that I've gone to the gym in a really long, back years ago when I used to go to the gym, like I would literally if you can see my hat right now, this is how my hat would be on. I'd have my earphones on and I would just like head down working out. I don't feel like the gym is like somewhere I want to meet somebody. I'm usually like gross and stinky and
Some people
sweaty and I don't do full makeup, hair and jewelry when I go to the gym. So it's like rolling out of bed kind of thing.
Some guys who are looking for that because so much of shit is made up these days.
Oh, no. Up or down?
Up.
Natural form.
This is true, but then you got the girls that go there with all the makeup on and their clothes that they bought from like the stripper convention working out. I've seen that and almost lost my mind. I'm like, what are you wearing? It was like a one-piece crocheted, looked like something J-Lo would wear on the stage.
You were to the pool?
It was long pant. It was like one long-legged jumper thing.
Oh, that's funny. I saw on that app, the freaking whatchamacallit app that I was talking about earlier, Facebook dating. Mm-hmm. There was a guy that posted a picture of himself like in the gym wearing flip-flops. I'm like, homie, not how it works. I know you don't really work out. Like you do not wear flip-flops to the gym. That's just not a thing.
No.
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like dudes that wear flip-flops. Anyways, it's kind of weird to me.
As long as you have nice feet.
No. Dre's got a lot going on.
You guys have your radio show.
What happened?
How long have we had it?
How often do you guys do it?
Every other week.
Every other week. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This your
I
first
wish
time
I
catching
could see
it?
those over there. I can't see that far. Plus my eyes are blurry.
Is this your first time catching it, Dre?
Yeah, well, I've seen it before, but it was always, you guys were already done, so I could never call in line just to say I support you.
Oh, well, and I love you. I tell you, Dre's good at what he does. Like, I used to do hot yoga with Dre, and he was my favorite. And he actually, like, walked over and made sure you were in the correct position and you were getting the most out of your yoga. And he's on fire right now. You're doing so much stuff. You've even got something going on tonight for Cindy, huh?
Yes, I do.
Cindy was a friend of mine that was
Unfortunately, but yeah, we gotta send her off with a good passing, and she lived her life to the fullest. I'm sorry she's passed, but none of us are leaving this one alive. So
yeah.
Wait, is this Dre that
Dre
does Silent Savasana?
Yes.
Oh, I love Silent Savasana. Okay.
Hey,
Yay!
That's Dre.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I've been to Silent Savasana. I love Silent Savasana. That's my favorite yoga to do.
I don't know. Is that the one where you have the headphones on and stuff?
Yeah, and then it's out. I go to the one when they do it at Red Rock because it's close to my house.
That's good stuff.
Yay.
Yeah, I love Silent Savasana. I used to go all the time when I actually had time. I don't have time.
No, you don't have time anymore.
Sebastian loves you.
Thank
We
you.
love ourselves.
Dre is a very inspiring person too. He's been through a lot, and he still like has a positive attitude and is out there doing what he loves, and it's fantastic.
And he said it right there. You got to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, then you can't love anybody else.
That's
you
true.
can't get into a relationship if you can't love yourself.
None of this shit works if you don't love yourself.
Right?
Exactly. And, people have the things that they've all gone through. We've all gone through a lot of shit, and it's just given. And you have to overcome, and you have to realize, first and foremost, your number one priority is you. If
Right.
you're not healthy and in the right mindset, you can't be with anybody else.
Oh my gosh, I just literally read a article about that, about self-care.
It's true.
It was like, and funny, it was talking about sleeping, and I'm like, I'm so tired. But yeah, I was talking about like self-care and self-love and like how you can't like be the best person. You can't be the best version of you if you're not putting yourself first, which is, what happened?
Self-care equates to self-love. They're one and the same. So you can love yourself and not take care of yourself, then you'll realize that you're living a lie.
That's right.
You start taking care of yourself, everything changes.
Very true.
It is true.
Very
It's
true.
Very true.
Everything changes.
And Dre would know this because he definitely promotes self-love and self-care.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And
All right.
self-love is what gets us back on our feet during our darkest moments when the injuries and the health hiccups come. If we don't love ourselves, we give up. If we love ourselves, we're like, shit, I'm finna fight now.
I practice self-love all the time.
That not that kind of self-love.
Sorry, Dre.
I mean, you can, but I don't think that's what we're talking about.
It's the only kind of love I practice these days.
Not the physical, no. Not the battery operated self-love.
Dre, sorry, I had to throw that in there. Just had to. But I agree with you.
Hey, Dre, we got another call. Thank you for calling in.
God's love, baby. Keep doing what you gotta do.
I got to get back in the studio with you. We love you, Dre.
Take care now.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Dre's good. Dre is good stuff. I've always
love
liked him.
him.
He's got a positive, like everything about him is positive. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, let's take another caller. I love you guys are calling in. This is great. We just got to figure out
I
how
don't know
to.
if anybody can hear it, though. I'm trying to...
Are you there, caller?
Oh, my nose itches.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Who is this?
Hey,
What's
so
your
I've been
name?
in town a few times. You guys promised to come out and check out a show, and you guys did me up. What's going on?
Well, who is this and what show are we talking about?
Michael Austin.
Mike Austin. Oh my God.
I don't know who this is.
Oh my! I love Michael. What's going on? I love Mike Austin. Mike Austin's in the Michael Austin band. You've never seen him?
No.
Oh, I have come out and seen you. How dare you?
Where's that at? Where do you play?
No, but you haven't come out since we talked about it on the show. You guys were going to come out, and you never made it out.
Where is it?
He comes in random. Are you in for?
Gillies again during national finals.
Hell yeah! What night?
Isn't that in April?
No, next
Oh.
month.
Oh.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
At Gillies?
In December?
December. Yeah.
13th, 14th, and 15th?
Was
I'm
that
sure
is
we
that
can make
Friday,
one
Saturday,
of those.
Sunday? What is that?
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Hell yeah! Oh, I'm off Sunday. I could be there all night. Friday, Saturday, I'll come over after work.
Hold on.
He's so good. I
me
love. I
check my
absolutely love
schedule.
Michael Austin. His music is.
Oh, I remember him on our page. Okay.
Yes, he's.
I cannot go on Sunday. There's a hockey game.
Really, you're killing me.
I can go Friday and Saturday, though.
Well, then you go Friday and Saturday. You have to go see him. How's
Oh, wait, the
life?
hockey game's at 5. I can go after.
Hey,
It'll be
Michael,
done
how's
by-
the dating of a famous person, a famous musician?
Do you date?
Infamous. How do I date?
Yeah,
It's tough
yeah, because you don't sit still.
for a while.
What do you find that's date? Is it just because you travel so much? Is that why it's hard?
I think, it's definitely because I travel, and especially when you get to a certain level of success, you got to wonder why people are coming around.
Right.
Mhm, of course.
So you don't have that organic organic meeting thing. I mean, especially in today's dating culture, line dancing has taken over couples dancing, so people don't meet dancing anymore as much as they used to.
People
really?
don't what?
They don't swing anymore?
Oh my gosh, I will totally dance with you. That is my problem. I go out all the time and I love to dance and nobody ever asks me. I think they look at me and they don't think. I know how to two-step, I know how to swing, I know how to do all of it, and literally no one ever asks me to dance. Ever. It pisses me off.
I mean, that's the cult of what it comes down to is everybody would rather dance with themselves, you know? And the funny thing is you'll catch them dancing with their phones in their hand. It cracks me up.
Oh, wow. Well, they're probably selfieing and Snapchatting so, people can see them, like, doing their dance moves.
I have to dance with my girlfriends that don't know how to dance because nobody will ever come and dance with me. It's so sad and pathetic.
That is pretty sad.
I mean, I have fun with them, but still, it's just like, I don't understand. Not even the old guys come and ask me. I don't know what it is.
Even the old guys
No,
don't?
the old guys don't either. Usually they ask everybody. I'm like,
I don't even get asked by the old guys, so I can't say anything. I don't know. Maybe I just look like a stump.
I know how to dance, though. I know how to.
I know
how to line dance. I know how to two-step. I know how to swing. Like, I know how to do all of it. And I'm just like twiddling my thumbs over on the side of the dance floor. It's okay. I know, right? Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me.
Yeah, it's the culture today. I think that it makes it hard. I mean, you get so many people on the defensive when they first go out that there's no time to make any real progress. On a decent date, everybody's like worried about the next step. It's not chess. You don't have to think about the next 8 moves ahead. You just take advantage of the day. People forget that how simple it is just to go out and have a good time.
Yeah, and that's
true.
honestly that's one of that's one of my big things is like I've talked to people and the last guy that I was just talking to, like he was very, very like he only liked a specific type of music and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Like I like all kinds of music. So the person that I do end up actually dating, like first of all, they have to like country. Like, I'm sorry. That's just a thing. You have to like country. That's what we listen to all the time. You have to, but you have to like other kinds of music too. You have to, and not that you have to actually like it and listen to it all the time, but you have to have like, I mean, classical music, even if it is crazy what they do. Like the people can actually play that and put all of those instruments together and make it sound amazing. Like you don't have to listen to it all the time, but you have to appreciate that the art of people being able to do. I can't do that. Like I can't even play a freaking piano, key on the piano.
You're
like.
Good at the skin flute. She's good at the skin flute. Don't let anybody fool. Don't let her fool you. She's good at blowing that skin flute.
How would you know? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
but that's the thing is like people that are closed-minded to things like my mom was a theater teacher, so like I appreciate so many different aspects of different art forms that like to me it's like if you can't even appreciate that someone can draw or paint or sing or act or play an instrument, like that to me is like I can't be with anybody like that.
The thing is, society as a whole has been desensitized to talent.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody thinks that they can do what we do. I mean, you watch American Idol and The Voice and all this other stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, I can do that." Or you have somebody that goes out and sings a karaoke song well, and they go, "Oh, I can be a star."
That's me. That's me.
The funny thing about it is it desensitizes anybody to really what it takes to put on an hour-and-a-half show or anything that anybody puts any work to, and it's just kind of crazy. And it seems like West Coast is you could kill it, and then everybody just kind of stands there and they look at you like, well, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh, okay.
I listen to my daughter. So my daughter is a singer, and I know people like she goes to school for it. She's a vocal major at the school that she goes to, and she was in a competition this weekend, and just like, and she's my daughter, and I just listen to her, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, how does she do that? Like, I just don't even. And she's singing like Italian music and
Yeah,
like
she's like more like,
German and
opera kind of.
yeah.
like,
Well, and
music.
that's a school. She's trained in classical music. That's what they train, in school right now. That's what they train you in. But I'm just like, I listen to it. I'm like, whose body did you come out of? Where did you come from?
I don't know you.
You totally didn't come from me. Like, cause I'm the karaoke person. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I can totally sing karaoke. I'm a good singer.
And then everybody's running because they're like,
no, like I've been to, like, I can carry a tune, but like the music that she sings, I'm like,
because she's just enhanced what you've given her.
yes, that's what it is.
Right? Am I not, Mike? Am I not right, Michael?
In conjunction with what you guys usually talk about, and as far as the dating culture and how everything's moving, I'll give you a small glimpse into an opinion that I have of why it's getting to where it is. You have the every kid gets a trophy.
Yes.
Almost, a generation and a half.
I hate
So
that.
What you have an entire culture of guys and girls that think all they have to do is show up, and the relationship is started.
Yes.
Right.
Or, the hookup culture is every guy thinks he's a stud because, he has, sex on the first night or whatever, and every girl, thinks the same thing, that they're all Instagram models. So
I love the Instagram models. They crack me up.
Yeah.
Call me for a booking.
Everybody is just so out of whack because nobody knows how to deal with real disappointment
Nope.
or real feelings. Everything is just kind of a facade to them. Nobody really lives in really what they're doing or how they're feeling. And it's amazing to me the attitudes that are brought into the social scene these days, where you just kind of sit back and go, what the hell happened?
Yeah. But don't you think, like,
100% agree with you.
like at our age, like we're, at our age, we're all in our 40s. At our age, don't you think we would know how to handle this? Like, we've already been through it. We weren't raised to be, we should have a backbone at our age. We should be able to handle this. And I feel like
We should be.
we don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like when we were kids, when we said, oh, I'm never going to dress like my dad or my mom or whatever, and we kind of fought the process of getting older. And one way of getting older is to hold on to what's new or to grasp at what's new. So I think a lot of people that are afraid of embracing their age and being happy with who they are saying, I'm gonna grasp onto this new cultural thing because these kids seem to be having a blast. When literally these kids are living off their parents' money, probably in their parents' basement.
Yeah.
They're not
Or in their
having a good time at
bedroom.
all. It's your family.
Okay. I honestly can't remember my age half the time, but I agree with you. But I think that the reason why coming back to what Brandy said, the reason that we are at our age the way that we are is because we've been forced to walk on eggshells around all of these other people who get their feelings hurt by the slightest little
100%.
thing.
Yes.
And because of that, like not that we want to be that way, but it's like society has almost forced you to be that way because you have to what is it? The what's that movement there?
Me Too bullshit?
Me Too bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, scary.
it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And you have to, it's like, oh my gosh, like everyone knows I'm like a super touchy-feely person. My girlfriends always make fun of me because
Really?
I run up to people.
I still don't see that.
I'll run up to someone and I'll hug them. And like when I talk to people, I'm always like touching. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like somebody's gonna freaking like say that I raped them because I freaking touched them, or like, it's stupid that people like, and everyone is getting. They're so like, we've desensitized people to things that are actually legit important and things that you should be getting mad at. Like, it's like, and I deal with this, and not even just on a dating level, but like everywhere.
Life.
At work, at like people are like, oh, da 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 da. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, put your big girl panties on and let's, do your damn job. Like, seriously.
And I'll tell you this, coming from my point, doing what I do, that's a super scary thing on my side, to where I will put myself in a room with one girl or woman just because of that reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In a room by myself with somebody like that, because it's just the frightening aspect of somebody saying, oh, this happened, and when it's it never happened. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like men have the
Far-
biggest
they
issues
have
with that.
consent app now. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
The what app?
There's actually an app on the phone. You can go. It's a consent app.
A consent
Are
app?
you kidding?
Yeah, it's like almost carrying. It's almost like carrying a consent.
I consent to have sex with you.
before we engage in anything. Yeah, exactly.
So what do you like take their
That is the
fingerprint so it's like
stupidest
legit
thing I've
them? Like
ever
how does it sign and is it legit?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to look this up. The Consent Act.
No,
or app.
How is it how is it legit? Like I mean, have you been on it? Have you used it?
Oh no.
Oh.
No. It's just everybody. Oh,
OMG, it is.
I mean,
Hold on.
yeah, you hear a lot about a lot of stuff millennial because they're choking out Nashville. They're trying to choke out Nashville now.
Holy.
They're all gonna be stars. They're all here on their trust fund babies, and they, but
Hold on. I
just
found it.
stuff that they come up with.
It's called the Consent App. It says, so it's a mutual consent request. So it says, no, I do not consent to a physical relationship of any kind. No means no. Yes, I do consent to a physical relationship. You can add a photo or a video. You can send a request to someone and they can accept. And then it's a chat where Jane Roe says, bring the wine, and John Doe says, okay.
So then you kind of follow chats and they're like
And then you can print
recorded-ish,
it.
I
You can
guess.
print the
Oh my
print a
God.
copy for your record.
Shut
There you go.
up.
This is what our world has come to. This is what our society has come to. This
Wow.
is absolutely freaking ridiculous.
And you know what? Somebody's making millions off of that shit. Why didn't I think of it?
Oh, you can do transactions too, apparently.
People are wondering why people are buying sex robots. You know, sex robots can't.
This is ridiculous.
Out loud.
I cannot believe this is actually a thing.
But it's only a 2.6, so it doesn't have very high ratings right now. Is that the only one?
I'm sure it's because it's just new.
Crack up.
This is crazy.
There looks like there's a few of them.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Wow.
That is insane.
Like you almost have to video record going, yes, I'm okay with having sex with you and have it like saved. But
That's
then
so
somebody's just going to
crazy.
come and say, well, I was drugged and I didn't know what I was saying.
It's insane.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. You know, the unfortunate circumstances is constantly interjecting itself into the simplest of things, and it's making everything so hard that it requires everybody's brain trust just to get through a day. You know, when life should be simple. When you're hungry, you eat. When you're thirsty, you drink. When you're tired, you sleep. When you're horny, you bang.
There you go.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Simple.
Simple, straight to the
And
point.
people forget how simple life is and how easy it can be because it gets so twisted up about,
Yep.
you know, life ain't chess. You know, and it isn't a dress rehearsal.
No.
It's because we have all these, like he was saying, we have all these kids who feel they're entitled and they, you know, and now that everyone's walking on eggshells about, you know, what they say, what they do, a look they make, like, and it gets twisted. I do not delete any of my, like when
Texts.
for my employees that I have underneath me, like I do not delete any of my texts because I am never going to be like, no,
They'll come back later and say some
like
shit.
it's not going to happen. Like I have a text, what I said, exactly what I said to you, and I don't talk to another employee without someone else being there as a witness.
Well,
Just to cover my own ass.
And that's kind of, I know when it's a male manager and like a female subordinate, there's supposed to be another female in there.
Yeah.
If there's like discipline, I mean, from what I've heard.
It's a crying shame that it's not to that point, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of punishing the ones that they can actually convict or to punish the ones that actually did something, everybody gets punished because,
Right.
you know, nobody can take care of themselves anymore because you live in this sheeple society, and it's real easy. Don't be sheeple.
Well, we're just going to come to the point where we're going to have someone else in the room to watch and make sure that nothing bad happens.
A third party. Hey, that's
There's
our
going to
new
be
thing.
a third party. A dating app that has, I'll be your third person. I'll be the third wheel just to make sure that nothing is.
That's the new app, the
nothing
third wheel app.
Inappropriate gets.
It's like they have like dog walking apps. This is a great idea. So you've got the dog walking apps, you've got babysitter apps that are all like Uber. So you punch in these apps and they pull up like babysitters and dog walkers near you. Same thing, third person.
Third wheel app.
I'm gonna have sex and I need a local third person that I don't know.
I need
come in
someone
and watch
to
us.
sit there. You have your back turned, but just make sure that nothing is.
Oh no, you have to
inappropriate
watch
as
because all
that.
it takes is that one slip of the hand, and next thing you know, like, oh, I tried to choke
beat
me or
me.
some shit. Yeah. Wow.
I swear she asked for it.
Dude, that's our next one. The bar, the sitting and socializing, the organic bar, and the third person app.
That's so funny. We're coming up with all kinds of ideas today, people.
Oh, and let's not forget, we want to brew our own beer, Sin City Love and Blue Waffle beer.
Blue waffle beer. Yeah.
Who's got?
Oh my God.
But
I
tell
will
me
not
that
be
wouldn't
drinking that.
awesome.
That would be disgusting,
There's blueberry
actually.
beer out there already.
No.
We can just corner the
Blueberry
waffle beer.
beer. No, thank you.
They can have like a little chicken flavor in it or something.
Somebody told me I need blueberry syrup to make
Chicken
me
and
feel
waffles.
better.
I don't know.
I don't know where I find it though. All right. Anyways, well, thank you so much. We will be. When are you in town? Oh, for NF,
13th, 14th,
NFR?
15th of December.
All right, we'll be there.
Absolutely, you better. And then we'll make sure we remind everybody else that listens to us to get up there and come see you.
We're in. It's in. We.
You guys have a great day. I love what you're doing. Every time I get a chance to catch the show, it cracks me up. So,
Thanks.
have fun.
Thanks, Michael. Take care.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I love him. He's such a good guy.
Oh.
I came across him years ago at Bike Fest in Laughlin. He's a super awesome guy. Awesome.
See, and he's single too, so
Yeah, and
If
he's celebrity status. Like he was on The
there's
Voice.
no hope for us.
I know. He was on The Voice. He was on The Voice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was on The Voice. So he's pretty big time. He's Nashville, and I forgot who I think he's touring with Ted Nugent right now.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Isn't he a politician?
He's originally a rocker.
Really?
Cat Scratch Fever. Cat Scratch Fever. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I don't listen to that.
Cat Scratch Fever. Dun, 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 dun. Really? That's pretty good singing. What do you think? I can't believe
And
you've
this
never
is why
heard
we're
that
single.
song. Right? You're like, hey, baby, Cat Scratch Fever.
I'm not even gonna try and sing right now.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Listening
That'd
to
be
you sing.
fun. No, I'm not singing. I feel like crap.
Yeah, I wish, like, okay, I had another conversation with one of the guys that he listens to us every once in a while. He gets to chime in, and he wants to call in because he's like, I have a different thought process. I said, well, then please call in, because trust me, we don't want everybody that likes us. We want someone that wants to give us, you know, different perspectives and different point of view, and have adult conversations about these things, and not scream at each other and you're wrong and you're an asshole.
What do you mean he doesn't like us?
No, you know what I mean.
kidding.
Like, who doesn't always agree with everything that we
Right.
say? That's like a marriage. You can't have a marriage or relationship where everybody agrees with everybody, because it's a lie.
Correct.
It is a complete lie. You
Right.
have to have some kind of conversations, disagreements.
You have a difference of opinion.
Yes.
You can't agree on everything. That's stupid.
Because then that's like you're like
That's a lie.
the subordinate, and that's no fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told him, and he's like, we were talking about the approaching at the bar or somewhere again. And
Brendan says I'm fired. Why am I fired?
who's fired?
I am.
Uh-oh.
Because I don't want blue waffle beer, apparently. Anyways, so
So
sorry.
he's like, you know, we're talking about like maybe there's like 3 girls at a bar, and like we're all sitting there, and then a guy. He's like, I'm not going to approach 3 girls by myself. He's like, I don't want, you know, the not being turned down, but the cattiness that may come with it. He's like, if
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
we've said
case,
that before.
yeah, then one of you walk over to me if I'm at the bar by myself, or if I'm with I said, I don't have a problem with that. Trista
do.
tried that before. Well,
Did
you
I?
tried it. Well, you were going to send over a beer, and then
Oh,
he
yeah,
took his
yeah,
wedding
yeah.
ring off,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
then you turn that down real quick,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I don't blame you. I would totally turn that down too. It's bullshit. Who does that? Who does? Well, we all know it happens.
I feel like I've talked to people. I feel like I talk to people Do I? I'm trying to think.
We all know that you have coronaries and freak out and
I
sweat
do.
profusely when
I'm
you
not
have to
good
go
at-
talk to a guy.
Well, but like if I'm talking to like like the cute bartender that I keep trying to make hook up with me.
Which one?
He's the one at Double Helix.
Oh.
He's cute. But
And it still hasn't happened yet?
no, I haven't been in a while because I stopped.
Has he got a girl? Does he
I
have a
don't
girlfriend?
know. I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. Like I know he did, but one of my girlfriends told me that he didn't and that he was asking about me. He was like, "Oh, where's Trista? I haven't seen her in a long time. Oh, is she coming to meet you? Oh, is she coming? What time is she coming?" You know, kind of like one of those things.
Right.
And like, but then when I actually did go, it was just kind of like,
Did you strike up a conversation?
I always strike up a conversation with that boy.
So did you like ask him out somehow? Not like, hey, let's grab
No,
coffee.
because
Let's go.
I don't know if he has a girlfriend or not. I'm not gonna like.
The only way you're going to know is if you ask him out and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm dating somebody. Okay.
Yeah,
Problem solved.
whatever.
You can't keep playing the guessing game and go, I
I'm-
wonder if he's got a girlfriend.
I'm done with dating right now.
Well, trust me, I am too.
We both say
It's-
that.
Yeah, but at least you've gone out on dates. I haven't gone out on a date.
I don't know if it's
I'm
actually
over
considered a
seriously.
date. I don't know. I don't know what I've done.
How's what's his bucket that had the psycho girlfriend that keyed your car? Is he still around?
Yeah, he's here for the next couple months. I told him he's. Yeah, we went out to dinner the other night. We had a deep conversation
Oh, deep about what?
about
You said deep.
just about dating and like expectations and getting to a place where. Like, and I'm one of those people. God, I have something in my eye. I'm so sorry.
Your finger.
I know. No, it's like something else. Something else besides my finger.
Your finger.
My eyeball's getting ready to pop out of my head because it's swole. No, we just had I feel I'm one of those people, and that's this is just my opinion.
Yes.
It's just the way I see things. But I feel like when you first get out of a relationship, it's definitely not a good idea to just hop back into another relationship. Like, whether or
Not
not
into a relationship, but
whatever reason that relationship ended, or especially if it was like a marriage or a long-term relationship, anything like that, like when something like that ends, you have to go through like a healing process. Like there has to be, no matter what the situation was, even if it's like cheating or abuse or anything like that, like there is a healing time frame where you are just not, I don't want to say stable, but you're not like in the right mindset to pursue another relationship. Like there's just, you have you have, whatever, even if it ended well, like even if it was just like this isn't working, blah, 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 blah. Even if it ended well, there's still like, you still lost something. You lost, something that was a piece of you for an extended amount of time. So just hopping back into another relationship is just not ever a good idea. And I don't ever want to be the rebound person.
no, that's never fun.
So like for me, it's like you have to, and especially if it was a bad situation, there's certain things that you have to deal with, and there's certain things that you have to come to terms with, and there's some certain things that you have to face and like work through.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't know. I feel like also if you're not willing to recognize that as a person, like if you're just like, oh no, I'm fine. Like that also says a lot about like.
Oh yeah, for sure. But some people just they're just in denial.
Oh yeah,
and they
100%.
don't think anything's wrong with it. It's like addiction. I don't have anything wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't have anything wrong with me. When everybody around the outside of you knows that there's something wrong,
Right.
And it can't be fixed until you accept it and fix it.
Yeah.
We can't. We as the people standing on the outside can't fix it.
Yeah.
We
Well,
can
and it was
help.
It was
but
crazy because someone came to me and they were like, I think I'm gonna go to therapy, and I was like. They're like, don't think badly of me. I'm like, why would I think badly of you for
Yeah.
going to therapy? I'm like, there's absolutely nothing. They're like, well, there's this like, what is it? Stigma?
Stigma. Yeah, stigma. Going to therapy.
Stigma. The other, with people going to therapy. I'm like, I don't feel, I'm like, people need, if you feel like that's what's going to help you get through, whatever it is that whatever demons you're dealing with or whatever, shit you have, bothering you.
Absolutely.
Then that's what you do. Some people read books, some people do meditation, some people go to these, these 3-day, whatever those things are called, where you go off into the wilderness and, chant mantras, You know,
Whatever works.
whatever works for you, whatever is going to help you get through that, and whatever is going to help you work through whatever issues you're dealing with, and that's what you need to do. Therapy is not a bad thing.
No, I don't think it is either. And I'm not. I did therapy. I did
when
therapy
I
with
was
my
married.
ex, and I've done therapy on my own. I think it's good for you because sometimes you just talking to yourself, which I do a lot. I get the answers I want, which is not a good thing.
I talked to
Because
my glass of wine.
Yes.
Wine. What do you think I
What
should
is
do
the
about this?
problem? Yes. No, it doesn't work. And I have a couple friends that are doing therapy now, and they were kind of hesitant. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, go talk to somebody, go talk to that third party, go talk to the person that has no idea what the hell really is going on in your life. And they can give you that outside professional perspective on what you can do to love yourself.
Yeah, I think it's always better to get an outsider's perspective, especially someone who doesn't know you and doesn't like. I feel my girlfriends are amazing, and I know that they will always tell me like straight up legit, like, hey, you're being a dumbass, or hey, you need to do this, or hey, you need to do that. But like, there's certain things, you know, they obviously love you and they don't want to completely crush you and hurt your feelings and tell you know exactly that you're a complete asshole and nobody loves you. But that's, you know, and not everybody has that either. Like, I don't feel like everyone, you know, I always hear from my girlfriends, they're like, or from other people that they're like, oh, I like that you're so like straightforward and you just like tell it like it is. I don't have anyone in my life that does that. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
what do you mean
They
you don't
tell
have
you they
anyone
love it, but then in the background they're like calling you a bitch for it.
I don't care.
I don't get it, but
I don't
whatever.
care. But that's what I'm just saying. Like, if you go to a therapist, they don't know you. They don't, quote unquote, care about you. They, you know, they're going to be honest and straightforward when they hear, you know, that was honestly one of the problems when I went to therapy with my ex. She told him, she was like, you don't listen to her. She was like, you can't tell her, because he kept saying, he's like, she doesn't feel that way. She doesn't feel that way. She's just saying that. And the therapist was like, you can't tell her how she feels.
Right.
Like, you can't say that. Like, whether she's lying or being honest about it, like, you are not the person to tell her that she doesn't feel that way and that she doesn't think that way. Like, you're not listening to her. And that was the last time we went to therapy, because he did not want to hear that. He didn't want to hear that he was wrong, especially from a woman. God forbid it was from a freaking woman that he was told that he was wrong. But yeah, that was the last time we went to therapy, and then we were divorced shortly after.
Wow. We all know the truth hurts. I mean, it's given. The truth hurts. People want to hear it, but then they don't want to hear it.
Right.
And then, like, my friends like to come to me because I'm honest about things. And sometimes it's hard for me to be honest.
I'm way too honest about things.
Well, and it's not always a bad thing. I mean, I would rather be honest right up front than sugarcoat shit. And then the next thing you know, your whole world collapses on you because it was sugar-coated. And it was, well, it's not that bad. And next thing you know, boom, it is that bad. And you just got
I don't understand why people get so upset about people telling the truth anyways. Even if you, like, if I give you my opinion, I'm not forcing you to do what I say or take my opinion into consideration. But if someone's giving you a different perspective or a different point of view, like, why are you going to get mad about it? No one's saying you have to do it. No one's saying that that's the right or the wrong way. Like, it's a difference of opinion. Like I don't get that. I don't understand that.
I don't either. And when, like, I get so many, and this really, it kind of hurts. I get so many people that, like, they'll listen to the podcast and they're like, you guys are man haters. Why are we man haters? I'm like, we're not man haters. First off, we try and talk from both sides.
At least one part of a man.
Right. And the second is we're honestly telling from our point of view.
Right.
And the things that's happened to us and the dates that we've gone on and how awful these dating apps are. And I mean, and it goes both ways, which is why we always want guys to call in and talk to us and tell us their side. So they don't think it's just us reaming men, because I guarantee there's psycho-ass bitches out there, because trust me, my ex was married to one. I know exactly how twisted that bitch is. You know, there's people that key people's cars.
Hello.
I mean, I know it happens on the guy side, but it's almost like, okay, here, this is good. It's almost like rape. Guys they don't admit to being raped because that's a bad thing. Like,
Right.
oh my God, you're a man. How did you? That's bullshit. You didn't get raped. That's a lie. That's a lie. It's kind of the same thing. Like, you guys don't want to give us your point of view and tell us because, oh, we're macho and we don't have those bad things. We don't have bad dates. We're good. No, we want to hear it.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that side of everything.
We can't give that side of the story because we have vaginas and not penises. Like,
we like penises.
It's kind of hard to talk about the way that the penis feels when you don't have one.
Penis. We just have the plastic penis. So again, which is why we want the guys to call in. We want to hear your side of everything.
So and it was funny because we were talking about, Brandy and I were talking about topics, and I'm a Pinterest. I go to Pinterest about everything, and it was funny because I was thinking about, like, oh, everybody says that we're man haters and we don't talk about like the man's perspective, and I found this article, and it was funny because when I was reading it, I was like, there is not one man who will admit to wanting this done. And it's not like sexual. I know I always go that direction.
We're not going that direction.
I'm not going that direction this time, but it's so funny because I sent it to Brandy and we were both like, oh my
boy.
God. I'm like, really?
She's like, I want to talk about this. I said, well, let's talk about it.
But it's true because it's not, no man admits to it, but it's like, when I was reading through it, I was like, hell yeah, this is like something that I feel like men would definitely, like, if I were in a relationship. And I was thinking about the last relationship I was in, I was like, did I do that? And I was like, oh no, I was like, I don't feel like I did. I mean, not I didn't ever do it, but did I do it enough? I don't feel like I did do it enough. But then, it's so funny the difference between men and women and what men need and what women need from a relationship. And I was like,
but if it's not communicated, it's hard to know.
Exactly.
And that communication is huge in relationships.
So the article was 5
men. Pay attention to this right now because I expect some phone calls after she reads this. I want to hear your opinions. Go ahead.
So it says 5 important things every man wants to hear.
Okay, guys.
Not in bed, it just wants to hear in general. So this is a woman who has a book, and her name is Melanie Red. And so she was saying that she was on a car ride with her husband, and she was, thinking of her next, she does blog posts and everything like that. So she was talking to her husband and she was like, what are some things that you would want to hear? She said, honey, I'm writing an article about 5 important things every man wants to hear. Do you have any suggestions for my article? And she said there was like not even a pause in his answer. Like he just like, boom,
here it
is.
Like
he knew it. So the first one, sorry, excuse me, I'm still coughing. The first one that he said that he wanted to hear was, I respect you. And not in like those specific, I mean, obviously she's changing this a little bit, but he said, he likes to hear or be shown by his wife, significant other, that she respects him. And I was thinking about it, I was like, well, of course she respects him, but it's just kind of like, if it's not shown or if it's not said, like, you don't know, like, and that was the thing we were talking about too, is like guessing, like trying to figure out, wondering, like, and that's the thing. It's like, do you still respect me? And it said, it says women need love, men need respect. So, ask his opinion and actually listen to what he has to say. Respond without arguing with him. Like that is, I feel like, especially and I know I am 100% like guilty of this because I am a very opinionated person and I know that. And I like, but and I don't feel like I argue, but it's just like, don't answer with an argument. Be like, oh, I can see where you're coming from. I don't see it, but it doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be something that's angry. It says, don't put him down to your friends. Which I think this is very, very difficult for women because I know me and my girlfriends talk about, and guys aren't like, I don't feel like guys are the same as girls. Like we talk to our girlfriends about everything. Yeah. And you bitch to your girlfriends about everything. Yep. So it's like, it's really, that one I feel is like a very difficult one for women because we are so used to, like, our girls are our tribe, like we go to our girls for everything. So it's like, and it's hard to, remember because usually if you're with your girlfriends and you're bitching to them, they're the ones that are going to be around, your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, and then you've already put in their heads this like negative,
oh, this guy's an asshole. Why are you hanging out with him? Blah, blah, blah.
Of your guy. And it says, try not to belittle or make fun of him in public, which is...
In public, yes, I can see that. That's, of course.
Don't belittle or make fun of him in front of the kids. So if you have kids...
Of course. Why? I know people do it, but...
But that's the thing, too, is like and I feel like that's... And I feel like husbands and wives, boyfriend, or even if you're living together and you have kids together, like that's definitely something because...
That's any
first
relationship.
of all, for men and women, if you're belittling your significant other in front of your children, you are showing them that it is okay to disrespect the other person.
Yep. Disrespect anybody.
It's okay to and then they're going to take it and use it in any relationship that they have. Like if you're belittling your significant other in front of your kids, they're going to do the same thing to their partner when they start dating
or
when
their teacher or their any relationship.
Or
they think it's okay.
They're going to think that it's okay for their significant other to treat them that way.
Yep. Which is a vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's the same thing as like when you always see these things about like, oh, well, I thought it was, like women think it's okay for their husbands to beat them because they saw their moms being beat when they were growing up. Like that's it's the same thing. Like belittling and disrespecting your significant other is exactly the same as physical abuse and making it seem like it's okay.
Abuse is abuse. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it's all abuse.
And then it says, speak highly of him to friends and family. So that's a way that you can show. So it's not something you say, I respect you. I respect you. I respect you. Like it's the showing. It's the action of being respectful.
Actions speak louder than words. I've always said it.
So that was the first thing. And then the second thing says, I appreciate you as a man. So it says, I appreciate you and who you are as a man of integrity. I'm so grateful for who you are. I am thankful that I am your wife/girlfriend. So just like telling him, and that's, I feel like that's a definitely, because it feels good to be told, hey, you are so funny. I really appreciate that you make me laugh when I'm feeling shitty or, like just little things. Like it doesn't, and I think that in relationships, especially if you've been in a relationship for, an extended period of time, you forget to do these little things. And we talked about like for women, because we talked, obviously what we wanted, but, for men, it's nice to hear sometimes that you respect or like those little things about him that, maybe he doesn't realize, or you're so smart. I would have never thought of, looking at it that way, or I would have never thought of doing it that way. And it's like, I feel like it's like you have to train, and it's not training. It should come naturally. But I feel like we've gotten into, like what we were just talking about, we've gotten into this like habit, and society is like kind of made it so people don't do things like that anymore. Yeah. It's not, it's just not the norm, I guess. What was the other one? I appreciate what you do. And this I feel is a big one because I know.
You didn't do this?
I didn't because, like I work hard. I know I'm a hard worker. I work my ass off. Like no one could ever say that I'm freaking lazy and that I don't work. Like I work more than I do anything else, I feel like. And so seriously, but you don't, and I feel like, and I'm just talking for me, I'm not saying for any other women, but we've become women who are like, well, no, I work hard too. Why do I have to tell him that that he's a hard worker? Why isn't he telling me I'm a hard worker?
Yep.
And it's like, yeah,
that's that Me Too movement.
Yeah, and it is like, yes, you are a hard worker, but your spouse or your significant other is also a hard worker, and they're also bringing something to the table.
Unless they're a lazy piece of shit laying at home doing nothing.
Right.
Different story.
Exactly. And then you wouldn't tell him he's a hard worker because he's not. You wouldn't
tell him shit.
But
get
like,
off the couch.
That's the thing. That's a man thing. Like they are the providers. Like they are all, that's from freaking beginning of time. Like the man is the provider. And even if you are a hard worker, even if you bring, more or the same amount to the table as a man, like he is there working and he's there trying to provide for your children.
Yes.
Even if and I know that there's a lot of families where the woman does make more money and the man stays home, but he takes care of the kids. Like that's something that you have to acknowledge, that you
There are stay-at-home
appreciate
dads.
the things that they do. And even if it's like doing the dishes, you know, it's like, I know that this was a big thing for me. I was like, well, fuck, yeah, you should be doing the dishes. I cooked, you know, but like he thanked me for cooking. Why can't I thank him for doing the dishes? Like,
Right,
it's the same, even if it's like an expected quote unquote thing, like acknowledging that you see what they're doing and you appreciate what they're doing. Like, that is a huge, huge thing, I think. Then it says, and then it also says, especially if you have kids together, it says, make a big deal in front of the kids for something he did. I think that
Well, we all know men need their ego fluffed. It makes
Exactly.
them feel
right.
I mean, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to say like, "Ugh, you gotta fluff their ego." That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just a man thing. They need to be let known that they're
Appreciated.
Yes, I mean, we all need that. We all need to be appreciated.
Well, and
yes.
it's not even just an appreciation. It's just that you recognize that they are doing something that's not, you know, even if it's something they normally do, even if it's, you know, they say they do the laundry every Thursday, you know, that's for me. If you want to come over and do my laundry every Thursday, please, I will
Right.
appreciate that. And I will tell you, I hate doing the laundry, but
And she'll never mind. Hey.
but that's like something that, even if it's something that they do, it's like they do it, like just acknowledging the fact that you notice and that you appreciate, like, shit, that's one less thing you have to do. You
True.
know, it's like, hey, I really appreciate that you help me with the laundry every Thursday. You know, it takes a lot off my plate that you get that done and I don't have
Trust
to worry
me,
about
I used
it.
to love that my ex did the laundry, and he would fold it and put it away, and I would tell him all the time, "Thank you," because
Yeah.
I hated.
And I feel like us as women, we become, and I'm not saying every woman, but I'm just saying us as women, we become this like, so like,
Power
I can do
trip.
it. I can do it. I can do it. I don't need you doing it. Cause I've said, I don't need a man to do this for me. I don't need it. But you know how freaking nice it would be if I had someone that came over and did my laundry for me, or if I had someone that came over. Now I have my son doing it because he's freeloading off me.
Yep.
But, you know, if I had that and I didn't have to ask for it and they just did it and they just took that off my plate, do you know, like, that would be so amazing.
Right. I agree.
And I know, and I can, yes. Can I do my own laundry? Yes, I can do my own laundry.
Can we buy our own drinks? Yes, we can buy
Yes.
our own drinks.
But it is nice.
it's nice.
But it's also nice on the reciprocal for the woman to acknowledge that they appreciate the man. And that's what, you know, we all know. Women need to be hugged. We need to be kissed. We need to be loved on. We need, you know, like, affection is our thing. Men, obviously, with, you know, this list, and men, please, if
My phone's not
if
ringing,
this
so
is
none of them are
wrong,
listening.
if this is not something that you feel that you need, then let us know. But then, I mean, I feel like that is men need to be acknowledged for the things that they're doing that support and take care of the people that they are with and the people they are it's really weird that we don't know who that guy is, but I'm just saying. Anyways, number 4 is I love you. Obviously, don't say it if you don't mean it.
If you don't mean it, don't say it.
Say it. But you know, men like to hear those words too. And you don't have to say it in the words. It says you can give him lots of hugs and kisses, send him a nice note, card, email, or text message. I actually really like that. Like, if like the notes things,
Oh yeah.
you know, if that's I lost it. Somebody called me. Sorry. Buy him a little gift that he will really enjoy, and then do some kind of act of service for him. Wash his car, make his favorite meal, spend time with him doing what he loves. Go to a ball game or an action movie with him, which I feel like that's kind of just like, you know, I would do that anyways. That's for both of us, not just for
Right,
you.
right. And it's a mutual thing.
And then the last one, which this one I was like, what? I don't know if a guy wants to hear this, but says, I think you are the best and I would choose you if I had to do it all over again.
I can't say that about my last one.
Well, that's if you're in a
No.
relationship. That's someone in your,
No.
you know, or even if you're not, if it's not like someone you're married to, if it's like a something new or something that, you know, maybe you've been dating for like 6 months, a year, just be like, you know, I'm glad I really picked you. I'm glad that you are the one that I'm
That's
with.
all. That's kind of. I mean, I know it's the same, but it's kind of like when you tell him I love you. I mean, that's you. You're the one. I
Right.
love you. Like, I mean, I get it. Sure, that's a different wording, and it probably sounds good too. Like I'm listening to what you say, and I feel like I did a lot of that in my marriage. I felt like I told him all the time I appreciate him. I thanked him all the time because I was raised that way.
Right.
To say thank you and appreciate the things that people do for you. I knew in my mind that you want to, guys like to be made to feel like a man. And there's things around the
Exactly.
house that I could have done, but I asked him because I know that that's something that they need, and they need to feel wanted and needed, and you know, like the man of the house. And you know, later I find out he bitched about it because I asked him to help with shit, and I guess I was wrong.
Well,
on that
he
part.
had issues besides everything.
I don't know. What's that bottom? What's that? I was trying to read those.
I don't know. Johnny texts me. I can't read it. It's too far away. Text me what you said. I can't read.
I think my friend you have your glasses on all the time. Something.
Let me put on my.
But see, like, this is what I'm talking about. The guys aren't. Is this what you want to hear? None of the guys are calling in. The
I
phone
know it
number's
says
on the screen.
It says, I thank my fiance all the time for the things he does for our house. A really. It is really not for them to hear. I don't know. It is really
Nice for them to hear.
Nice.
It's really
it is
nice
so
for
nice
them to
for
hear.
them to hear. I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I tried to do that. I
agree.
feel like
Johnny's
like,
really good about that, though. Johnny is really good about. She's definitely one of my friends who, she not only with her fiance but like with everybody, she is amazing at like thanking people, you know, when they help her, or you know, thanking them for little things. So she's definitely with her and her fiance, like she does do that. She's definitely one of those.
See, we can't get guys' point of views because they don't call in. You
All the
have
girls have a point of
opportunity
view. All
to
the
call
girls
in.
have a point of view.
Yeah, I mean
The
the girls
saying.
are all messaging, but it's like like everybody wants to say we're all man haters, but we try to get your perspective, and nobody wants to call, nobody wants a message. I mean, it's not a big thing. You're not a pussy if you're calling us. I'm
won't.
just saying, it's like you giving
can
your
say
point of
your
view.
name
and
is John Doe.
we don't even have to know who the hell you are. Don't say I'm Bob. Wait a minute. Don't say you're Bob.
Don't
We
say you're
love
Bob.
Bob.
We love
our
some
Bob.
Bob. Bob has been my best friend the last week or so.
I mean, I look at that list and what you said, and you admit to not doing that list.
I admit I have not. My last relationship, and that's, you know, my last relationship was kind of like a roller coaster up and down. But I definitely was on that like power trip for myself, like trying to prove. And I think it was more of just, I don't know if it was just to prove to myself or prove to everybody that like I could do it. And so I was definitely like one of those like estrogen filled women that was like, "Rah! No, you can't do anything for me. I'm going to do it all myself. F you. You know, I was definitely that
You're the reason we don't have men anymore.
power trip.
Stop
Doug says, Doug missed the questions. Doug said, what's the question?
Well, it was what guys like to go back. We can recoup
Things-
real quick.
We'll do the 5. So it's 5 things that guys, the important things every man wants to hear. Doug. So number 1, we'll go back again. Number 1 was, I respect you. Number 2 was, I appreciate you. Number 3 is, I appreciate what you do for me and the family or whomever. Number 4 was, I love you. God, that sounds so weird for me to say that. I haven't said that to
I
only say that to my children and my friends.
That's one thing I
say
don't
that to my
I don't joke
girlfriend.
around. That's
No, I do. I say it to my girlfriends all. It's so funny because my girlfriend just called me because the one that was traveling to LA, she called me. She's like, "Thank you so much for, you know, da 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 yada yada." I was like, "Yeah, of course." She's like, "I love you." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you too." Like I say that to my girlfriends
Right.
all the time.
That's
My
different.
girlfriends, I say it all the time. I don't know the last man I actually.
Mine was my ex-husband.
Mine was the guy from Canada.
Really?
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
That's what you just can't throw that word around. I had a friend that met a guy, and we knew this. I knew. She met a guy. 2 weeks into it, he's dropping the L word.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. And
No.
yeah, I was like, I scoped him out because I do a deal with my friends, and he had just got separated in April. because I looked it up on the internet. And by May, he's dating her and dropping the L word.
No.
I was like, this is not
I
a
had
good
someone,
thing.
we had gone out on a couple dates and he was like, oh, you're trouble. I feel like I could really fall in love with you. I was like, whoa, wait, what? Hold on there, homie. We're not going there at all right now.
Yeah,
like,
you can't just throw that. I mean, people do, but
you don't know the person after 2 dates. I'm sorry. You don't. I don't care if you went on 2 dates in 2 weeks and you've talked on the phone every day for 14 days. You do not know a person well enough to tell them that you love them after 2 dates.
No.
It's no.
No, and that's the problem. And I honestly think people don't really truly know how to love anymore.
They don't know what the meaning of love is.
Or being in love. Loving someone and being in love are two different things.
100%.
There's only one person in my life, I'll admit to it, that I've ever been in love with, and that was my ex-husband. I've loved and I still love some of my exes. There's others I don't really care about, but he's the only one I was truly in love with, and it's weird. I knew it 5 months into it.
How did you know?
I just felt it. I felt it, even though all the shit that went down, even the first 5 months of our relationship, I was in love with him. And you just feel it. And I know that sounds so like cliche, but you really do you just feel it. You just know.
Yeah.
You've never been in love? You would know it. It's not just I love you. Like, you would know it.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like, I'm not sure. I felt like I was in love with the guy from Canada. Like, I wanted to spend every second of the day, and I could, and but it's hard because we didn't live in the same place. So it was like, because I wanted to spend every second of the day with him, but I don't know if that would have been different had we lived in the same
country, the same country.
Like, I don't know if the feeling would have been the same.
Right.
Because, when I was with him, it was amazing. Like, I loved every second that we were together. Like, it was, even when we argued, like, it was still just like, I still wanted to jump his bones and like, I was like, okay.
But there's a big difference between love and lust.
No, and it wasn't.
Big difference.
No, it wasn't lust. Like, we literally could sit. We did one night. We just had. It was funny because we're like, oh, we had planned on doing like wine and cheese, and it was like we opened a case of raspberries and like popped a bottle of wine and had like freaking the mozzarella string cheese, and we were like,
aww.
But then we like in his house, because he built a beautiful house now, but the house that he had was just like this freaking piece of shit shack that like the heater sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. The water was like, the plumbing was horrible. It was like this really old, but it was like the best place. Like, I loved going there with him because there wasn't like, we didn't have a TV. He didn't have a TV in there. It was just like, we turned on the music, we sat on the couch, we looked over the lake, and we literally had our wine and raspberries and string cheese.
The house was lived in and loved.
Yeah, and it was literally those were my favorite moments. Like, we didn't have to be doing anything, and we didn't. We just like sat there, and sometimes we didn't even talk. Like, we just like sat there and like listened to music, and he was one of those, like, he would, and I know this is so freaking cliche and so stupid, but it was like we were sitting there one time and this song came on and he was like, I want to dance with you. And I was like, wait, what?
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
and
awesome.
I was like, and that was like literally like, those like your childhood fairy tale like things that come on is like, I literally was like, oh my God, this is my dream. Like, someone who wants to dance around my living room with me. Like, cause I love to dance. Like, and that's the thing is like, I don't even care if you're like a bad dancer.
Two left feet.
And he wasn't the best dancer, but he would try when we would go out to dance, and it was so cute and it was so funny.
It's the effort
that
makes it so much better.
And he did, and the fact that he like pulled me up off the couch, and I had never told him like that was one of my like things that like would literally make me like melt. And he pulled me up, and we just danced around the living room to this song, and it was like the sweetest, most
awesome.
Like amazing thing. And I was like, oh my God.
That's the shit that you dream of. Like, oh.
Yeah, it was great. And it was like, that was the thing. I think it was with him, it wasn't like hard. It wasn't like a forced effort.
You don't have to tell him all the time. You don't have to repeat yourself all the time. Trust me. I was there.
It was just simple. It was easy. It was like, we just like, it was like the connection that we had was just, you know, and not that there wasn't difficulties. Like he had,
We all have
he
them.
had like an ex-wife, and it was, you know,
Ay.
situational, and not situational. I shouldn't say that. It was just, you know, he was dealing with that, but it didn't make our relationship hard. Like that was a separate thing, and it was like, yeah, and I knew he was dealing with it, and I knew that it was like part of what was going on with our relationship, but it didn't make our relationship difficult.
Right.
Like it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing.
It wasn't. It was a thing, but not a thing.
Right. It wasn't something that was like, I don't know how to explain it. But yeah,
But
it
you
was
just
easy.
feel it. You
it
just
was
know.
easy.
Yes. When
was
it's easy,
easy.
it's a good thing. Like you shouldn't have to continually repeat yourself. You shouldn't have to, like, if you're with somebody and you or them are constantly apologizing for the same shit that they keep doing, and they keep going, nah, I won't do it again. There's a problem. Like I have a friend going through that now. I went through that. If you're constantly saying, look, why do we keep having the same conversation about what's going on? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, blah, 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 I love you, blah. And then another month, 2 months later,
Blah, blah, blah.
why are we having this? We're having this conversation again. Why are we having this conversation? I'm sorry, blah, blah. Like if you're at that point, there's a problem.
Right.
I honestly feel that there's a problem, and you shouldn't have to continually repeat yourself on the things that someone is doing that hurts you. And if they
Agree.
keep doing it and they keep repeating it, it's time to either confront this situation or get the F out.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I went through it, and you know, the constant repetitive, I'm sorry. And then I'm like, you hurt my feelings. Why did you do it? I'm sorry. And it's the same thing. It's not like it's something new. It's the same shit you do to hurt someone's feelings. And you constantly have to tell them, stop doing it. I want the person that I can say it once, and I get shit happens, and I understand. But if it is a constant, repetitive bullshit every month, 2 months, every 5 months, and it's the same damn argument, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And I want that person that pays attention to me, and in the back of their mind, they overheard me say something minuscule and minute, and the next thing you know, they present it to me because they paid attention.
But it needs to be on both sides.
That's what, of course,
Both
it's both
sides.
sides. Like,
Yeah.
yes, like I've done it. You know, I've listened to things, and trust me, sometimes I feel like I have Alzheimer's and wish I remembered everything that went through my brain. It doesn't happen that way, but it's the little things that matter.
Yeah.
I really, honestly, truly believe it's the little things like that you do.
Well, and it's funny because my girlfriend had posted an article about like men making an effort. Like it was specifically about like a man has to make an effort about like a relationship, and they need to like, I think it was about pursuing every day. It was like being pursued every day or something like that. Do you remember? Did you see that article I posted? I don't even remember. I posted and I don't even freaking remember what it was. But let me see if I can find it real quick.
Doug says pretty much every man wants to feel like a king and every woman wants to feel like a queen, and it's true. The big word love should not be thrown around like a frisbee. I think the word love is like common sense. Everyone has their version of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone wants to be appreciation.
Yep.
That's
so
what I said in my next relationship. I will be appreciated.
Oh, for sure. Well, this one, it says, stay single until you find someone who puts effort into pursuing you every single day. So, and I was like, and when I first read it, I was like, hell yeah. Because it was talking about like a guy pursuing and making an effort into pursuing a woman. And I was like, well, and then I like kind of slept on it, and I woke up in the morning, and it was weird because I was still thinking about it.
And I slept on it literally.
And I was like, well, yeah, that's true, but it has to be reciprocated. Like it can't be just, you know, the man pursuing the woman. It has to be the woman also. The woman also pursuing the man and putting in the effort, because that's it says, you know, it says you will find someone who's willing to be there from, and someone who treats you the way that you deserve, someone who understands that it takes two to tango, someone who puts in effort providing his love to you or proving his love to you, someone who never stops pursuing you, someone who makes you realize that love is not supposed to be difficult. And I'm like, that's 100% true. And that's when we were just talking about that. I was like, I'm so sick and tired of trying to like figure out or guessing whether or not someone likes me. Yeah. It's like, you're texting me every day. What does that mean? what are we doing? What is, are you texting me just because you think I'm cool and you want to hang out like friends, buddy, or are you texting me because you want to see if this turns into something? Like, what are you?
That's why I'm done with the dating apps, because that's all it is. It's texting, and I'm so tired of the texting. It's like the last one that stood me up. You get all these awesome texts, and they want to see you, they want to hang out with you, and next thing you know, just disappear. Like, I am over the dating apps and the texting.
Yeah,
I'm done.
and I feel too, and it's like, yeah, I get it. So if you don't feel anything, and I think we were talking about this before we went on air, but it's like, if you don't feel anything, that's cool. Like, if we meet and you're like, yeah, you're not who I thought you were gonna be, or I just didn't feel anything, cool, fine, I get it. But don't say something. Don't just or don't just go away and then after 3 days be like, hey, what's up?
It's the worst feeling to get ghosted.
Hell?
So it's the same thing like to be cheated on. This is my thing. Don't do something to somebody else that you would not want done to you. Like, don't ghost somebody because when you've been ghosted, it sucks. It hurts. Right. It's confusing. You don't want it. Don't cheat on somebody because you've been cheated on, so you know how it feels like. But I still come across people that think it's okay to cheat. I come across people that have been cheated on, but they're okay to screw somebody else's significant other when they know they're with somebody. I don't understand. I'm so confused on that. And it is what it is. You do what you want to do. And we've had this conversation, and you're talking to the wrong person when it comes to cheating and looking at me and going, well, there's a difference between sex and love. Well, no matter what it is, this person is still with somebody else. So you have no right fucking them. Period. Point blank. I don't care.
Oh shoot, Brandy dropped the F-bomb. That's that's usually me. I've been good today.
You did say it once.
I did it once. Only once though.
But I just, there's a difference between sex and love. Oh, yeah, there is. There completely is, and I get that. But how are you gonna think it's okay to screw somebody else's significant other when you were in that seat and got screwed and cheated on?
Doug says, after being single so long, I'm not sure I could give what a relationship deserves. That's a good point.
We got a call.
That is a good point.
Put that close to your thing. We got a call. Let's take this call. Let's see what we got. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Hello.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your name, or are you going incognito?
No, not incognito. My name is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I've watched you guys. Hi. I love you guys.
Aw.
Brandy, Trista, you guys are cool.
Thanks.
Hey, don't drop that L word unless you really mean it, Chris.
Be careful. Be careful.
Yes.
No, I was just listening to you guys, and you guys want the man's point of view.
Yes, please.
And I'll tell you, it is good as the guy to hear it from their significant other. It doesn't have to be every day, but it is nice. It feels good.
Yeah. Well, yes. So you agreed with all of those. All of those worked for you. I don't even remember what they were now.
Telling that you're appreciated, telling that you're respected, that they respect you. And that's, and Chris, I mean, I feel, and this is just coming from a woman, because I don't want someone to come out and say, hey, I respect you. I want, show it. Don't just come out and say it there's different ways that you can show.
It's like that old saying. It's that old saying, actions speak louder than words. So, absolutely. Those little things that you do for each other, in a sense, is those, showing respect, showing appreciation, being grateful for that, for your other. Those things are just so important, I think, in maintaining a strong relationship. It's key. I mean, my favorite thing when I was in a relationship, I'm single right now, but when I was I was married, and one of my favorite things that my ex-wife used to do for me was she would, on her day off from work, she would come over and take me to lunch while I was at work.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it was the sweetest thing, and I tell you, it made me feel like a king. It's like she took time out of her day to come and spend some time with me. And that was I tell you, I used to tell her all the time, how good that made me feel. That one of those small little things was just unbelievable to me. I mean, it's made such a big impact, and how it impacted my day, made me feel so good the rest of the day.
Sure, and I've had that done too. My ex used to do that, and it's amazing how that one little thing can just make you feel so good. And I think it should go both ways for sure.
Well, and I think too, and you're talking about that, but like we talked about this, I think a couple weeks ago, the 5 love languages. Like some people, I feel like you have to, when you're in a relationship, like you have to be, and it's all about communication and being, you know, open with each other. But you need to let the other person, because if your thing is doing stuff like acts of service, or, you know, if you're not a person that feels love or feels loved by doing those certain things, like I could bring you lunch every day and you could be like, damn, dude, you're taking up my time. I had shit to do during lunch. And so it's more of an irritation than a feeling of appreciation. So I feel like couples, I feel like that's another kind of somewhere where couples are lacking, and somewhere where we're failing for each other, is that we're just not letting the other person know, like, hey, this is what I need. This is what you can do to make me feel appreciated. Like, do the dishes for me, or bring me lunch, or buy me a gift, or, you know, give me a massage. Hey. But
that book, I tell you, I really do.
You read it? The 5 Languages of Love?
Yeah, I've read it.
you can actually go online and do a test, and it'll tell you, like, if you go online and look up the 5 love languages, it's like a 50 question test, and it'll tell you, like, it'll rank in order just based on, but you obviously you have to be honest with your answers, but it tells you, like, this is your love language, this is your most powerful one, and it tells you.
Language and your secondary language and all that.
Yeah.
You really read this book, like you studied it.
It's a good book.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been through some shit, you know. So, you know, like you said, you gotta look within yourself sometimes and take an honest look and say, you know what, you know, it's a two-way street. You know, shit happens, and you have to take responsibility on your side too. You can't just put blame on one person, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else.
Well, and if you're not,
too, you know, you got to better yourself, you know, and whatever that takes, you know. Sometimes it's hard to look within and say, you know what, you know, I can be better, you know.
this is where I'm a douchebag, or this is where I'm an a-hole, or this is where I'm a bitch. I need to fix that shit.
Exactly. I mean, it's tough, you know. It's tough, especially on a guy's side, you know. It's, you know, guys, you know, we got a big ego. Don't get me wrong, you know.
Yes. I was married to one of those.
Some girls do too, though. Like, some girls are the same way. It's not just, you know, I don't think it's just a man or a woman thing. It's just you are who you are kind of thing.
No, I know.
So.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree.
Oh, yay. We got a man's opinion.
Yay.
See?
Finally. Thank you for calling in, Chris, and giving us the man side, since we're not like,
absolutely.
We don't want people to think we're haters, because we're not.
I am. I hate people. I'm just kidding.
I hate her.
I don't think you guys are haters at all. It's fun to listen to you guys and get your guys' perspective, though. I tell you, because it's tough in this town. You know, I've been living in this town since, almost 30 years now.
Wow.
And it's tough, you know. And I think, like you're saying, as you get older, and you kind of get put back into this dating scene, it's tough, you know. I can honestly say it was tougher now for me than it was when I was in my 20s and 30s. There's no way, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed so easy back then.
Well, that was easy. Everybody was just hooking up. You know, now at our age, I don't know if we're hooking up or we...
And that's true, you know.
And still everyone is just hooking up.
Right. But, you know, you get older, and now you know what you don't want and what you do want, and you get picky, and, you know, it's like, I don't have the time for the drama, you know.
Yeah,
like,
same.
If
no drama for this, mama.
Let's do this. If not, you know, if we're not doing this, then let's not do this. You know, it's pretty simple, actually.
I agree. Hey, Chris, I don't mean to cut you off. We got one more call, and we only got 4 minutes left on the show.
Yep.
Thanks for calling in.
Have fun, and
bye.
Thanks.
Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
What was that?
What?
Bye.
Bye. What the? Hello, caller. Where are you at?
I think they hung up.
Did they? They did. Let's call them back. Let's see what that button
We don't
does.
have time. Okay. We have like 3 minutes.
Yes, Mark. Thanks for calling. Please leave a message,
Mark.
and I'll get back to you at the earliest possible convenience.
Drop it.
Thanks, Everett.
Drop it like it's hot.
I know that.
Drop
I
it
recognize
like
that
it's
voice.
hot. No, that was me. You dropped me, dork.
I didn't drop you.
Yes, that's me. You're still on the call with homie.
Hello? Wait.
Drop it.
Drop which one?
This one up here, Fruit Loop. Jeez. This is why we can't do technology. Well, anyways, we have to go anyways.
Yeah, we got to go.
But, so that was fun.
Thanks for calling in.
Even though I'm sick and my neck hurts. Oh, I just popped my neck. That felt so good.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for calling
in. If anyone
in.
wants to come do my laundry or give me a massage. Wait, no. Not that. If anyone wants to come do my laundry or clean my bathroom, any of those things.
Yeah.
That's my love language.
That's your love
Cleaning
language.
my house for me.
Hey, I want to let you guys know, don't log out. Don't log out. We got another show coming on after. Our buddies at Die Laughing Records radio podcast. They're punk rock and they talk punk. So don't log out. Give these guys a chance. Give them a listen, especially if you're just sitting around and you want to hear something fun.
Shout out to our sponsors, Kicker,
Zip
Fizz, Man Loop. Oh, no, wait. What's it called?
Really?
Dude Wipes.
Spunk Lube.
Dude Wipes.
Ball Wash.
Ball Wash.
They're on the radio show. Ball Wash. We don't have balls, but they're one of the sponsors.
Like, is it something to wash your balls with?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you go on a Radio Vegas's page and it's one of the sponsors and it's like ball washing.
They should
stuff.
make a thing, ball wash. I'm throwing this out here for you. I'm going to make you lots of money right now. You should make something that's like, if this is like is it a wipe?
No, I think it's like lotions and soaps and stuff.
So you wipe it on there and then it's like Nair. It makes all the hair on your balls go away because hairy balls are gross. Yeah.
I had this.
I feel like that's a good thing.
I feel like men should have hair and women should have hair. Not bushes and not 70s bush. No. And if
I mean, not bald because then that's like a child.
That's
but
what I'm
like
saying.
A little bit.
And if
not
they're
a lot.
shaving it, they're making it look bigger. On that note.
Bye, guys. They're making it look bigger. You're such a dork. You can't make it look bigger unless it's bigger.
You're making it. No.
It's just not going to happen. If it's like this, it's not going to get like this just because you shave the hair. It's just not the way it works.